But one of the big things we're going to start off to begin with this evening is the retirement of Aaron Donald, defensive tackle for the LA Rams and St. Louis Rams in his career. It came as a bit of a shock. I mean, 8-time Pro Bowl after 10 seasons, has now retired. Obviously, Super Bowl winner as well. I'm trying to get his accolades all up. He retires as the Rams all-time sack leader at 111 sacks. Only won 3 players to earn 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards. I mean, definitely a Hall of Famer. I think he's reached the Pro Bowl in, where was it? Walks away 10 Pro Bowl selections, 8 first team All-Pro honors, 3 AP Defensive Player of the Year nods, a Super Bowl ring, and a place on the Pro Football Hall of Fame all-decade team of the 2010s. 10 years, Andrew, of Aaron Donald just wrecking offensive linemen all over the place. The best to ever do it?
Yeah, I think you could probably say the best to ever do it. I think you can also put him in the conversation now he's retired of the top 5 defenders of all times. I think you're going to be talking about him along with Lawrence Taylor and Reggie White and maybe Ray Lewis and people like that, Deion Sanders. I think he's going to be in that conversation with them now. And not only is he the best at his position, but he also revolutionized the position for the new modern era of the NFL. He's just worked absolute wonders at that. And I think he's also finished for someone in their first 10 seasons at his position. I think he now ranks first in every single stat that's possible. So, yeah, what a fantastic player. And as I said, revolutionise the position going forward. And we're going to see loads of people trying to replicate his style and the way that he does that defensive line.
Yeah, I think he's only ever missed 8 games in his career. I felt like I read somewhere. He's been so good at keeping fit. I mean, like we said, he's coming off 111 sacks for his career, best season of 2018, 20.5 sacks. Fumble returns 7, forced fumbles 24, passes defended 21, combined tackles 543, 260 QB hits, and 1 safety in there as well. A wrecking ball on that line, Johnny. A lot of offensive linemen are going to be waking up now. Well, not now, because it did happen a couple of days ago, but they're going to be woken up that morning feeling quite thankful that they're not going to come up against him now.
Yeah, I think he's been one of the most consistent, freakish-like athletes that we've seen in the NFL over the last 10 years or so. I think, obviously he's coming off, what statistically looks like, a couple of down years for him, but I think he's been able to play and his athletic ability to be able to maintain himself at such a high level, I think is tremendous. Every time I think we've seen over the last couple of years, he's still continuously splitting double teams. He's able to move almost like a hawk, I suppose, in how he gets around and gets the quarterback. I think he's someone I don't think the NFL is going to see too much more of a style of player again. I mean, we have a lot of like freakish athletes like Nick Bosa, but I think they're just the mold of Aaron Donald, how like dense and how destructive he is. He's just such a unique player, and by and large one of, if not the greatest defensive player of all time.
And I mean, he's walking away from a little bit of money, to be fair. His contract isn't up yet. And a lot of players at his age, when they feel like they're regressing, and they move teams. Well, I mean, he's been on one team. I know they've relocated, but it's been the same team for his whole career. What do you think he has walked away at this moment?
I mean, he doesn't really need the money, does he? I imagine he's hurt himself more than enough over the years. He's done pretty well. I think he's probably knackered. If you're playing that position for 10 years, that's a hell of a job to do, isn't it? And he had them during their peak when they were all in. They're still a good team. They look like a team that could do something this year, and obviously losing him is something that's going to really affect them, I would have thought. But I would have thought he's probably just had enough. He's probably just done his time, I would have thought, and probably wants to do something else with his life.
Well, we'll get to that point, I suppose, in all of our lives, and we wish Aaron Donald good luck in the future as well. It may be a lot of these players these days are now going into punditry and stuff like that. That could be something that he gets into. So hopefully we will see him on our screens again very soon.